said this 1,000 times and I will keep saying it. Reselling and e-commerce are among the most beginner-friendly business model out there. I know this for sure because that's exactly how I started. 4 years ago, this business 3 or 4 years ago, this business paved the way for everything that followed in my career. It was the first business where I made $8,000 a month. Thanks to it, at 19 years old, I was able to move into my dream apartment. Really changed everything. It was this business that finally allowed me to start taking care of my mom and fulfill all the promises I made to her as a kid. And the kind of milestones you look back on with deep gratitude. And so my career moved forward after that. And I was told it was a business and pushed me to go on and build something much bigger beyond reselling and e-com. And it all started here. And honestly, I wouldn't be where I am today if I hadn't launched my reselling and online store back then. So with all of that said, that's exactly what I want to talk to you about today. How to make $8,000 a month with reselling and e-commerce this year. You know what's crazy about reselling and e-commerce? It's not just me. There are countless examples of multimillionaires, even billionaires, who started their business journey by simply flipping products. Yeah, seriously, this is where they began, and it's the simplest business model, one that doesn't require a ton of experience, and more often than not, it's an amazing teacher. It's where you learn real-world business skills people actually pay for while already making money, and not just some spare change. You can make good money and make money fast. Now you're probably wondering, so why is this model so powerful? Well, reselling and e-com stand out from other models like SMMA, affiliate marketing, Amazon FBA, or trading because of key metrics. And instead of just talking about it, let me show you. Because when you're evaluating a business model, especially as a beginner, these are metrics that matter. Startup capital, client dependency, time to first profit, scalability, repeat sales, easy at launch, market and trends, resilience, and communication skill requirements. And these beginner-friendly business models have this in common, is low startup costs, high control over your product, fast and simple to launch, clear, scalable, and predictable structure, and no depends on a single client or platform. There are actually 20 key success factors for evaluating any business model. I break those down in another video on my channel, but for now, let's break down reselling using these exact metrics. The first metric is startup capital. Startup capital, $100 to $500. I know people often don't believe me when I said that, but it's true. It's true. There are so many ways to get started with that amount. Dropshipping, compliment deals, sell first and buy later. Even testing products for free. In my reselling journey, I've used multiple paths like D2C, where all you need is your brain and the platform handles the rest, or regular online stores where you never need to pick some brand new product that no one's ever sold before. You don't need to be the first, you just need to be the best. Again, you don't need to be the first, you just need to be the best. I know the economic behind this business is very well. And here's the truth, when you're starting any business as a beginner, your first month and your for 3 months, maybe in your first year, you might not see success, but this is not about reselling or e-com business. It's not okay as long as you're not burning through cash or going broke. Now let's talk margins. On the right product, you can get 3 to 4x, 300%, 400% profit margins. Yes, you'll still need to pay for ads, logistics, and eventually hire a team if you want to scale. But in the beginning, you need to pick products with 400% and more markup. That's the first business rule, because you'll always have costs. Shipping costs, returns, staff, ads, all of that eats into your profit. Now, long term, as becomes a much more complete business than just drop shipping or reselling, But let me be clear, don't separate those categories. Most of the time, there are steps in the same journey. For example, you get into the jewelry niche and you start fast reselling what already works, and then you begin to understand the product, the customer pain points, and what people truly want. And that turns into your own jewelry brand. Uh, this is just one example. Now let's get real. Most people struggle to start any business for one simple reason. At first, everything looks easy, but once you dig into the details, it gets overwhelming. And for me personally, one of my biggest early struggles was finding leads. But in e-com, you're building a real business. You're building a system, one that can be sold for real money later. You're building a client base, a business that's resistant to trends and seasons, a system that grows constantly, smoothly, without chaos. And 3 R's: structured, sustainable, and scalable. So let's talk about SMMA, social media marketing agency. Guys, I'm gonna be real with you. This model is brutal, and I'm not even talking about metrics right now. I'm just speaking from experience and someone who actually built a marketing agency. SMMA is blood market. It's a red blood market. Even if you're niche down, you will struggle hard to land clients. It's one of the most unfriendly models for beginners. If no name, no reputation, and no 100 glowing reviews, you're nobody. You might think, I will just DM 100 people on Instagram, or I will cold call, or I will find someone on Reddit. Trust me, nobody is waiting for you. Picture this. You are a private dentist. Every single day you got bombarded emails, phone calls, DMs. For example, hey man, I saw your business has a problem. Let's jump on a call. I will bring you leads. What do you think the dentist says? Dude, leave me alone, please. I've already got a marketer, and people like you hit me 100 times a day. That's a social media marketing agency for you, cutthroat, noisy, and exhausting. If you really want to start, you have to work in a successful agency first, build your name, document the whole journey, grow your Instagram as a marketer, get results, build relationships, and then maybe you can start your own. Okay, I will admit, you don't need a lot of capital to start, but scalability is terrible because scaling social media agency is more clients plus more staff. One client plus more staff. That means you land the client, you close the deal, you deliver perfectly, and you hire someone to do the fulfillment. And guess what? The client still might leave because someone in India offers the same thing for $300 a month. And now compare that to e-commerce. Without a doubt, it's one of the best models for beginners. And that's why in today's video I'm walking to show my step-by-step framework to scale your store to $10,000 a month. And the best part, I'm giving it to A to Z. Now you might be thinking why you're making this video. Because, like I said, reselling and e-commerce are the most beginner-friendly model you'll ever find. And my goal with this training is to help as many of you as possible get the best possible start in your entrepreneurial journey. We have got a free community with a ton of value and resellers and e-com builders just like you. And if you're serious about growing fast with a real strategy and structure, book a free strategy call with me or someone on my team. There's a link in the description. Alright, let's get into it. Grab a pen and paper and let's start. Step 1, choosing your niche. It's in simple terms, what kind of product do you actually want to sell? There are thousands of options for everyone watching this video. Some will suit you better than others. But before we go any further, I want to make one thing clear. There is no such thing as a best product. That concept doesn't exist. What you're looking for is the right niche for your situation. Now you might be wondering why I have a niche down in the first place. So because a lot of you probably think if I sell to everyone, I'll get more customers. But in reality, it comes down to two things: specialization and scalability. Let me give you a practical example. Let's compare a neurosurgeon to a general doctor. Sure, they are both doctors, but if you had a brain issue, who would you try to fix it? The answer is obvious: the neurosurgeon. Why? Because he's a specialist, and people always trust specialists more than generalists. It all comes down to one word: trust. Now let's take it further. Who can charge more for their service? The general or the neurosurgeon? The answer obvious again. Specialists charge more because they solve the specific problem for a specific group of people. And when you position yourself as an expert, you gain after fee, and that after fee lets you charge more for a product. Let's take an example. Say you want to sell jewelry. Great, but you shouldn't offer every type of jewelry on your website. Pearls, men's pieces, steel, gold, all at once. Sure, no. Pick a focus, pick an audience. Maybe it's pearl jewelry for women who want elegance. Maybe it's meteorite stone necklaces or matching coupled bracelets for him and for her, or custom lockets with their family's photo inside. Yeah, don't get lost in the crowd. Stand out with focus. And yes, I will make an entire video soon on how to choose a perfect product because that is so important. Quick tip: your product should have at least 400% margins, and it should be something people buy more than once. Otherwise, you're stuck running in circles. And that brings us to the next idea: scalability. When you're just starting, you're focusing on hitting your first 10K month. To do that, you need to find one product, get people to see it and buy it. You need to position yourself in a way that makes it easy to grow 30K, 50K, and even 100K month. And specialization helps you get there. I'm trying to make this super clear. When you're focused on one niche, everything is a link. Your messaging, your ads, your website, it's all on smooth system. But if you're juggling multiple niches, it gets massive fast. Each customer time requires a different communication style. In one niche, your audience might live in Instagram DM. In another, they don't use Instagram at all. In one niche, your buyers might be on LinkedIn. In another, they don't even know what LinkedIn is. And even if you get someone to your product page, it becomes a nightmare. Every new customer means going back to the drawing board. How do we market this? How should the photos look? What kind of copy do we write? It's like running 5 businesses at once. And that's true. Yeah. Every new niche adds more variables, and the more variables you have, the harder it to scale. Let me give you a real example. One of our students, John, scaled his store to over 60,000 per month, and he did it by focusing on one specific audience and niche: moms with kids who have sensitive, allergy-prone skin. That's it. Simple, clear, not just kids clothing, but give organic clothing for children with delicate skin. The reason John was able to scale to this level is because he had to think simple. He could find his ideal customer, and those customers came back again and again and again. They all had the same pain, and his offer solved it. Plus, he stood out from every other generic kids clothing store out there. Now think about this. If John had tried to sell clothes for all kids on the planet, could he have competed with the giants? Would he have been able to find his ideal customer? Could he have grown without a massive ad budget while keeping profit under control? I think no, probably not. As I said earlier, there are thousands of niches. So how do you find the one that's right for you? Well, there are a few key indicators to help you choose products that actually make sense. Let's start with revenue and profit. If your product doesn't give you at least $100 net profit per sale and doesn't have at least 400% markup, you're going to struggle. Because then you'll need either 100 plus, more than 100 customers per month, or crazy volume just to hit 10K. And most of that money will go straight to costs, ad, logistics, and fees. Now, the higher your margins, the faster you can grow using profit as leverage. And next thing to consider: how often do people buy the product? Because in our business, customer lifetime value, LTV, is everything. Here's a clear example. Let's say, like John, you're selling clothing for kids with sensitive skin. The most common first-time order is a baby t-shirt and soft pants. Average order value is $129, and cost of goods $22. So net profit, $107 per sale. That's amazing. Just 100 customers with the same pain can get you to 10k average, especially if they came back and buy again. Now let's compare it to selling snow sleds. You sell them for $99, they cost you 48. Profit just $51, and let's be honest, there won't be many repeat purchases. It's seasonal, and most people buy sleds, I think, once or twice in their lifetime. I think one. So what's the lesson? Always choose products with a high markup, potential for repeat buyers, for repeat sales, clear audience segmentation, and at least $100 net profit per order. You don't want pro customers, you want margin, clarity, and you want growth. Now let's talk about market size. There are three factors you need to consider. First, the actual size of the market. The second is the trend. Is it growing? Is it shrinking? Or is it flat? And third, does this market even exist? Think about it. How hard would it be to make 100k and a niche of Guinea pig clothing? You need a big market, at least stable, ideally growing, and 100% real. There has to be a market already, and the product needs to be selling well. Your job is just to do it better. For example, premium pet food. Use ChatGPT, go search. The premium pet food market is growing. It's a huge market, and it definitely exists. Seriously, ask yourself, how many people do you know who have made 100k selling Guinea pig fashion? Now imagine just trying to scrape together 10k a month in a market like that. Next up, competitive advantage. You always want to choose a niche where you have some kind of edge over the average seller. Maybe you don't even release it right now, but there are niches where you naturally understand more than the average person. Why? Why? Because maybe I've worked in it before, you have seen it, you've been around it, you speak the language of the customer, you get their world. Maybe our uncle ran a pet food business his whole life, and he could tell you 3 things that will save you a month of trial and error. Or maybe your whole family is in that niche. You're surrounded by people who know this space. That means you have got access to insight and information others simply don't. That's your competitive edge. Now let's talk about pain. Specifically, now, how much pain your product actually solves. Because the question, what's easier to sell? A plastic storage bin that someone can buy at Walmart, or a premium pet food specifically formulated for a certain breed? Obvious. Exactly. Sell something that solves a real pain that they can just grab in the nearest store. And last point here, if you're a beginner, you do much better selling in unrefined niches. These are markets where people are not bombarded with options every day. It's easier to become an expert, it's easier to be helpful, even if you're not the best in the world. In the next segment, I will give you real-world niche examples for selling and e-com. So we have picked a niche, let's say it's plus-size activewear or premium gear for elite barbers. Now we move to the next step, choosing your product. Because if you don't have a product, you have nothing to sell. The biggest problem beginners face at this stage is analysis paralysis. Analysis paralysis. Why? Too many options. If you don't have a clear system for picking the right product, you will get stuck. And let's simplify it. There are 2 types of product you can sell. First, it's a product that solve pain, and the second, product that deliver emotion. The best do both. These are often found in luxury items, luxury niches. Think about it. The pain might be, I want to look good, I want to stand out, and the emotion is confidence, joy, pride. That's what people feel when they buy jewelry, designer handbags, or premium watches. So, quick recap. Identify the biggest pain in your niche, understand the solution, find the product that delivers that solution, and validate it with key filters. Boom, now you have got your product. Let's go through another real example. Say your niche is plus-size activewear. You talk to potential buyers and you release. They can find stylish clothes in the right size. Or take John case. Moms didn't know where to find cute, hypoallergenic baby wear. It's a pain, and solving it also gives an emotional reward. Or take IKEA, they made something available. They took high-end designer furniture and made it affordable. Find something people want but can't access and bring it to them. Now we have two-step free, launching your store, you have chosen your niche and your product, and now it's time to turn that idea into a real business. Step number one, pick a store name. Please don't overthink this. Go to sites like Namelix or use ChatGPT. It doesn't matter that much. If you're still stuck, Namelix will generate names for you. Pick one and move on. Next, buy your domain. You need a domain to create a professional mail address to host your site. There are many platforms for this, but I recommended Namecheap. No, this is not a promo. Some domains are crazy expensive, but you don't need premium name. If the one you want is taken or pricey, just choose something else. Stick with only a.com. Avoid outdated or weird extensions like .edu or .org. Who haven't used .org anymore? Yeah. Now let's create your logo. And again, don't waste time here. You can use Canva, it's free. You don't need Canva Pro unless you want something super specific. Let me be clear, a great logo is not the difference between success and failure. And next, clean up your personal social media. Yes, you can create store accounts on Instagram, LinkedIn, or X. But right now, just focus on your own profile. No more party pics, no more beer chugging selfies, and no more house. For now, you're a business owner. Let the world see that. You will be taken to suppliers, customers, and maybe even hire people soon. Show up like you mean it. Coming up next, we get into the real practical steps. How to find a supplier, how to test your product, where to actually sell it, how to open your store, how to design and build it, and what to choose. Dropshipping, eBay, or Shopify. We'll help you figure out what models fit you best and how to launch step by step inside our free community. If you're ready to start, you're welcome. We will see you in there. And if you're serious about this, book a free strategy call using the link in the description. We will go over your story, your current situation, and give you a clear action plan on how to start or how to grow if you're stuck. Book that call now. And final reminder, make sure you still understand your niche, your audience, the pain you're solving, and that your product matches the criteria we talked about earlier in this video. That's what will help you and build a successful business. These are exact steps I would take to launch at scale my store to 10K a month. It's a business that will change my life, and there is absolutely no reason why it can't change yours. I hope this training helped you, and as always, I'm watching from a distance, cheering you on. Let's build. See you there.